Good morning, everyone. This is Rafegal, playing some more Dota Underlords. So I've been playing this game for a little while. I picked it up in beta, obviously, with the demo that I put out when it first came out. And it's a really neat genre. I really enjoy it. My Steam account can attest to how much time I've spent playing this game. I'm not sure if it pulls from my phone as well as from this, but either way, it's kind of become my fallback.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
Wise of you.
That's a really weird first. We didn't get anything that matches or goes into any builds together, so yeah, no, it's a really neat game that takes kind of the drafting, assembling a team aspect of something like a little bit of a tactics RPG feel, a little bit of a card game like draft format feel. I mean, there's a reason it was called Auto Chess when it was originally released. And it fits. It is very much a kind of that same strategy mindset where you have all the pieces available. There's not a lot of games where you get perfect information. Wow, that's a lot of people with single snapfire. This guy is in the lane I want to be in. Gloves of Haste is safe. So there's a lot of people with Snapfire. There's a lot of people. That's honestly the most common one right now. I think it's
an honor to kill for Nyx.
Let's tap out that.
Glory
I honestly don't know what I'm doing right now. This may be a botched run if we don't find something soon. Insects will get us some early damage. This is when you want insects. My last run I focused on insects when I really shouldn't have, because what they do is early damage. So my intention with this was going to be to push Hunter. And it looks like we could still do that. Nobody is actually in Hunters. This person's going to be in Hunters. I stand corrected.
Protect your humble servant.
Wow.
As he walks onto the battlefield.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Bloodseeker is weird. So the way Bloodseeker works is it starts out attacking really slow and it attacks faster the lower the enemy's health is. It also automatically gravitates towards the lowest damage or the lowest health enemy. Getting a 2-star early is really good for it. It's also part of the Bloodbound Alliance, which is whenever one dies, the rest of them get bonuses. Like, I'm honestly tempted to switch out both of these bugs for just more Bloodbound. Warlocks?
Death comes for our enemies.
I will fight for you. This is the beginning of our victory.
I get that fast enough? No. So we're purposely putting the squishy Warlock up front so that it dies. It's a sacrifice piece. And that means that our tier 2 Bloodseeker is going to be the one triggering getting that bonus attack. And you can see he's getting the same kind of damage numbers early on that our Legion Commander was getting late in the run last or a couple times ago. I've talked before about the fact that the problem with this build, with these builds, is that I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Let's go Dragonlance, I guess.
I will stop at nothing to learn every arcane mystery.
I honestly don't know what I'm doing. This is weird.
Pick me!
I mean, Bloodbounds suck late in game though. And I just did Assassins, so I don't want to push too hard in Assassins. This is the guy who was going Hunters. We'll see what we pull.
Put me on the field and I'll do the rest.
We'll see what we pull.
Who do you want dead?
So my other thought here is we could do kind of a hybrid thing.
Glory unto Nyx!
I'm not sure exactly how that would work.
What do you say we
I may have gotten that too late. So we're putting the Ogre Magi in front because he's going to actually be slightly more tanky and hold the front line a little longer, do a little more damage than the Warlock would. He's still going to die quickly because he's a 1-star. Did that guy seriously get a 3-star Arc Warden by round 6? So Arc Warden creates copies of himself. And once you get him up to 3-star, what he does is keeps whatever item he had as he goes. We're gonna... We should be rolling. I want to roll while I've got a chance to get tier 1s to max out Bloodseeker. So we're going to let it trigger, and then we're going to roll through. See what we pull. I'm basically planning to see what I pull. My thought offhand is we can do kind of a weird hybrid build with Bloodseeker, or built around Bloodseeker. So 3-star Bloodseeker gets the Assassin bonus.
My instincts are home.
So I'm wondering if we can pull something off. With like Hunters.
This is gonna be fun.
Like Hunter, Assassin, Bloodbound, something. I wish we'd gotten the Ogre cap for our tier 1 item. If that is the case. That gets us more Bloodbounds without having to actually use the Bloodbound units. And what I'm gonna hope for is a Hunter, the Hunter's Horn as our level 3 item. And then we can put that either on the Bloodseeker and give him the Hunter's double attack. Or something. Like I said, it's kind of a weird setup. Well, and then we get Stonehold Cloak. So Stonehold Cloak is 50 extra health for every kill, and he's already at 18 kills. And I think we continue rolling right now. we really need to get that Bloodseeker.
Ready for what's to come.
I'm still kind of on the fence about Warlock. Warlock can be really nice because it gives you a way to heal your Bloodseeker. This unit is wrecking us.
Forgive my
So one of the big things with Bloodseeker is he sucks unless you can get their health down. And that team that we were just on was like healers and knights. Buffing allies, debuffing enemies. Get some debuffs.
Put
Yeah,
me in the front,
we'll
and I
do
will
Jewel
all
here.
the way from
The will of the flayed ones will not be denied.
I'm Lirelai, and I'm going to kill a whole lot of people for you.
We can't lose again.
Warlocks might actually still be good. I think I'm gonna try that here. So the other thing I didn't mention with Bloodseeker is every time he gets a kill, his health comes back. He gets a portion of his health back when he gets the kill. So, yeah. Jewel, we're gonna die to this Weaver, but
This reality isn't perfect.
we're also doing a kind of stupid, weird build, so...
Whitespire will be mine.
You can see they're already got another 5 kills just from the last time we checked. So Shadow Fiend's probably going to get one whole attack off. But that one whole attack is going to be a big blast of energy that's going to heal our team.
A new pattern emerges.
Don't think I want to switch in my hunters quite yet. Let's see how this one works. So insects are nice with Bloodseeker because of the fact that it means he's gonna he attacks when people have lost health, and insects just do slow damage over time. At the same time, I'm kind of thinking that the hunters might actually do better. I mean, we'd still have our Weaver in. You know what? Our Warlocks did almost nothing there. So maybe it's time to tag out. So Hunter's bonus is 30% chance to attack more, or to quickly do 2 attacks. It's only for the hunters. Like, it's not one of those buffs that affects the rest of your team, and then I get a 2-star Shadow Fiend. We'll save it. This entire round so far has been a matter of, let's speculate on this one unit that isn't actually that good with our setup.
Dead to the last man.
I mean, maybe we pivot hunters. I mean, we can probably pivot hunters. I was talking about that hunter. There's that. Is that? Do we have multiple people going hunters now? We do. That's unfortunate. And that guy actually has a really good hunter setup. Both of them have the actual good hunter setup going. Not a weird hybrid build with Bloodbound. And again, if we had taken the Ogre Cap round 1 instead of the glove, we could have put like... So Ogre Cap makes any unit Bloodbound, so we could have put it on something like the Wind Ranger and had her back here just shooting for tons of damage, rapid fire, with a Drow Ranger next to her, and that could have actually been good. But with where we're at right now... Crown of Antlers, there we go. Let's see if this works. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this. There we go.
We need to change our destiny.
Let's see if this works. This is a weird build. Like, really weird. So, one of our Bloodseekers is a hunter. That means he has a chance to do double attacks. The other one has the cloak that gives him tons of extra.
I was unprepared.
This guy is not making good use of his 3-star Arc Warden. He needs like a mana item or a damage item. Lifesteal's not great. That worked way better than it had any right to.
The future.
Okay, let's do this. So anyone who knows me knows that I enjoy coming up with weird builds in various games.
Work together. We can do this.
You know, I made a D&D character whose entire purpose was being able to take advantage of his stupid amounts of jump. So part of the reason I'm doing the hunter thing with Bloodseeker is actually going to be because it allows the second Bloodseeker to get some early kills, because he's going to get those double attacks. And when I eventually get 3-star, hopefully, that means we're going to be able to get extra basically the kills on the two of them get added together when they become 3-star. If they become 3-star. We're gonna have to push for that at this point, but I don't think we're putting Nyx Assassin back in. Let's make some board space. I don't even know if we're gonna bump Warlock here. So there's that Shadow Fiend attack that I was talking about. And you see there, it did a lot of damage, which is nice. Actually, Shadow Fiend's not bad to put Hunter's Horns on either. Double attack. He actually has a really good DPS.
Oh, that is so much more for me.
2-star Warlock. This is still just kind of a throwaway unit, but that's okay.
Our future will be perfect.
Can we 3-star this? Do we try to 3-star this? I think we try and 3-star this. I mean, that clears up our bench.
We have a few tricks up our sleeves.
Yeah, that was we're losing this one hard. This guy has...
So we had a little
Wait, is this the same guy? Is there just the one guy with a 3-star Arc Warden, or are there two? Yeah, it's the same guy. He's got a lot of 3-star units. That was the guy, must have been one of the guys who was rolling early.
I'll lead us
We'll
to
grab that
victory.
just to have it. Wind Ranger, Beastmaster are both pulling their weight. I mean, they're gonna hand it to us. I know I had said I was gonna try and do hunters. This is not what I meant, just to be extremely
New
clear.
bow, new quiver, time to get to work.
We do that? I think we do that.
We won't lose again.
I have no idea how this is going to work. This is not going to be how we end. Like, that's one of the big things with this is going to be a composition that continues to change as we go. I know we're probably going to do some stuff like that. I mean, you can see how much damage that Shadow Fiend does. We got that 3-star Weaver was definitely worth putting in. Bloodseeker's starting to fall off. We need to get him up to a 3-star soon. Once we get him up to a 3-star, I'm definitely just going all out on Cloak. We have kind of a disadvantage because we need to keep this sacrificial Warlock in. And that means we're basically 1 unit down to supercharge one of our other units. Now, Bloodseeker can be really good. I talked a little bit earlier about trying to get like a hybrid assassin thing going. We don't have any assassins right now, but there are a lot of 3- and 4-star assassins, so we could potentially still try and push that. Especially with the 2 crowns. Honestly, Warlocks, getting up to a 4th Warlock, getting that Disruptor in, could be good.
My instincts won't fail me.
All right. If we win,
I don't want to keep leveling too fast, but we do need more units in. A little bit of healing. Bloodseeker's gonna die, and we're done probably here.
That
Well,
was rather
yeah.
unpleasant.
Probably. Maybe. Maybe. We're actually gonna pull this off. I was not expecting to actually pull this off. There we go. That was ridiculous. I didn't deserve that. Okay. I don't even know what I'm really looking for here. Yeah, almost everybody else is at 7, and we're only effectively using 5. At this point, if we can just get Disruptor in, move the others over to him, I think that's a good start. We could also... If we can find another Hunter and level up, that'll get us up to 6. And actually, that might be better.
We need to work together.
So yeah, if we found like a Marana at this point, I mean, once we get up to 5s, getting a Medusa would be sick. I don't really want to just throw a Drought Ranger in for no reason.
My influence only grows.
There we go.
Fortune's blowing in our favor today.
Such a weird build. But that's one of the fun parts with this game, is there's so many different things you can do. There isn't one right way to. There really isn't.
You won't stop us.
7th place is out. We're in top 6. And we're going to eliminate that guy. Top 5. Honestly, with how weird this build is currently, I'm okay with just the fact that we're probably going to make top 4. Do we? No. Let's do a butterfly on our Weaver. Actually, no. Let's do butterfly here. Close phased here. So he's going to be more frontline. Butterfly is attack speed, evasion, attack damage. So it's just really well rounded. That's going to give him a little bit of extra survivability. He's already doing like a lot of damage for us. There's our 6th hunter potentially. It's not great, but it could work. If we 2-star it, it's probably worth it.
Looks like this shoe set up the crystal maiden.
So is that the plan? There we go. Finally lost. And that's the guy who is now in 1st place, so that doesn't surprise me that much. Unfortunately, this guy's holding on at 1 health. It'd be nice to know what we've got. And honestly, so we've got the guy who got the 3-star Arc Warden right away, who now has a refresher on him. That's going to be terrifying.
They cannot resist me. I will not be pushed around.
So yeah, we've got that guy. We've got, what is that guy? The other guy who got the amazing hunter build. And another guy doing something weird. Oh, mages. Yeah, that's going to be... None of these are fun for us. And the only reason we lost there is because he stole our 3-star Weaver with Enthrall. We actually made it out pretty well there. Okay, so now we need to build our money back up without dying and hopefully get some a 3-star of one of these. Like, at this point, we've only gotten 1 3-star. If we can 3-star our Bloodseeker, we're in really good shape. But he's actually really fallen off hard. I talked in some of my other videos about how Bloodseeker really isn't a lasting unit. Bloodbound as an alliance is not strong late game. And this is just proving that fact. Like, we are getting stomped now that we're against good teams. Which I'm actually going to pull over to these teams real quick and just talk. So, mage bonus, extra damage. Tidehunter, magic damage in a big radius, good tank, stun. That's a great starting point. This guy. Refresher Orb gets extra cooldowns. Tempest Double. So the clones keep the Refresher Orb, and he can get 2 clones off each one of his. Plus he's got a bunch of just good not good 3 stars, but decent 3 stars. And the Druid bonus makes this guy a 3-star as well. And then
You will not take me down. That extra mana won't save.
yeah, we're getting stomped. I don't even have a good pivot. That's my big problem right now. Is part of me really wants to just say, okay, then replace the Bloodseeker, get something better going, but we don't have a good option to pivot into. We're very reliant on what we've got. Let's go Shivas, I guess. And then the last guy. So here's the way that this setup works. You're counting on the Draw Ranger's Undead bonus with this. The fact that Luna is a Vigilant Knight, which pairs with this. So these 3 kind of form the triangle to get you Knight, Undead, and Vigilant. And then the rest is Hunters. And that's really the way to do Hunters. Hey, we won! Guess the Hunter build is not great against weird Warlock Hunter Bloodbound hybrid crap.
Soon they will know fear.
Do we keep rolling? I feel like at this point you might as well.
You
What,
can't
Necros?
kill a disease.
I kind of have a weird idea of what could actually kind of help save us. But I think without getting that 3-star Bloodseeker, I don't think we can achieve pull anything off here. We actually almost made it there. The Crystal Maiden just screwed us over. But we're actually going to survive now. Like, that actually went better than I expected. I think we might be able to actually pull this off if we got lucky. There's a Marana. Marana's really good. But I waited too long.
I will leave a trail of the sick and dying.
So this is Whitespire, eh?
I also waited too long there. So the problem right off the bat here is Disruptor isn't very good at damage. So I have this kind of thought. Oh, there's no way we can beat that guy. We're done. Okay.
Just the beginning of our journey.
So that one, you know what? Let's spectate this. I want to actually watch.
This is the edge I...
We're gonna go to, yeah, this guy. We're gonna watch you only have one life to play, which is a weird way to say YOLO. So
You'll pay for your insight.
this is the build I was intending to do when I said I was going to try and do it. The result that we ended up with, however, is a really good example that just because you don't get what you want doesn't mean you can't come up with something fun and interesting. The biggest piece to this game is being able to take what you get and roll with it. And honestly, if we had figured out a good pivot where we could remove our Bloodseeker and our Warlock and put in 2 other good units that matched with the rest of our team, which in this case, honestly, would have probably been Luna and maybe an Abaddon or a Chaos Knight or something, we could have seriously pulled something off. The other thing that I was noticing that we could have possibly gotten and didn't was if we had pulled off something like if we'd gotten in one more of our units up to 3 stars, one of which I wasn't really pushing for was Warlock. If we had gotten a 3-star Warlock, we could have pivoted that into Demons. And Demons can be really powerful, and we already had that Shadow Fiend going. So I think that could have possibly been a benefit as well. Kind of done like a Warlock Hunter Demon thing. I don't know. I'm just spitballing weird ideas at this point, but that's, again, the whole point is there are infinite weird builds that can work in the moment. And even if you don't always win, getting up to top 4 is really the important part with this game for the most part. If you get under top 4, you lose points. So the whole goal for me is just not to go backwards if possible. And there are definitely times where you end up with a... See how fast that guy's multiplying? It's really hard to actually get a kill on him. The AoE that the mages get is actually possibly going to be able to be enough. This is a really cool battle. I'm glad I stopped and watched this. Like, these are both really good builds. Both of these guys are just... like... 6 mage, double Keeper of the Light. Yeah, this is sick. This guy's really still kind of riding on his 3-star Arc Warden, but the fact that he has a full 4 summoner with so many 3-star units is just amazing. Like, this is not actually a build I've ever seen. It's kind of a variation on the Savage Summoner build, but it's really summoner heavy because you got that early 3-star Arc Warden. Anyway, yeah. Creativity with this is definitely not always punished. There are cool ways to do it. There are always new things to do, and especially with the next set coming out soon, the next season, where they're going to come out with some new alliances, some new interesting stuff. I am super, super excited to see what comes next and to come up with more stupid, crappy builds. These guys are still going. This is going to be a while. That's an odd choice. Tombstone? Oh, Summoner's Tombstone. Never mind, that makes sense. I'm surprised he's not putting it over by his Arc Warden, though. So yeah. I think we're going to... Are we invested? I think we're invested. Let's see who wins. I'm holding out for Concuba Libre because Jexic got super lucky with his RNG on that Arc Warden and deserves to be punished for his hubris. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Unfortunately, because of where the Arc Wardens are positioned and the fact that he hasn't rearranged his board at all, I don't necessarily... Well, maybe. Yeah, no he got it. Let's go Concuba Libre.
You are but a pretender to the throne.
So yeah, I'm not actually even sure what the best strategy would be. Who does he even put that on? Okay, fair. So yeah, my thought is, well, I mean, what else does he... I mean, I guess you still have to shut down that front line. So this guy's here shutting down the front line, extra health and regen. This one's going to teleport in and do a freeze in the middle of the enemy's camp, which is good.
I got a good feeling about this.
Crystal Maiden with 49 kills is a lot of extra health on it, a little more survivable, that's kind of cool, and it can lock a unit down. It'd be really nice if there was a way to focus down those Arc Wardens though, because Arc Warden with Bloodthorn, ugh. I didn't notice that, and that's actually really sick, because that means each one of these is going to silence one of his units. That actually probably puts Jexic in the lead. Jexic's... I genuinely don't know how you could beat Bloodthorn with this mage team. Multi-Bloodthorn. And that's actually one of the fun things with Arc Warden. Arc Warden gets some really weird, cool stuff. Just saw a video a little while ago where somebody had gotten the... Thunderhorn Brood? The level 5 that summons a Triceratops down. Like, I saw that, and they'd put it on their Arc Warden, so every time their Arc Warden multiplied, they got another Triceratops instead of just the one. And it was like, wow, that is a cool, weird thing you can do with it. But Bloodthorn with it is sick. Bloodthorn says every time an enemy gets... The first time an enemy gets to full magic, it silences them. And it has a cooldown. But each Arc Warden makes a copy of it. So each of them gets that silence effect. And it just basically locks down the whole team. That was a really cool match. Like, we didn't win. Again, I enjoy winning. It's not like I don't enjoy winning, but I prefer not losing. And that ended up with, I mean, that was a mess. We only had one 3-star unit, and it wasn't a good one. We had a really stupid build. We did get up to 600s, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good setup for hunters. It was because we got 2 crowns. And honestly, if we had had a couple more rounds or gotten a little luckier, we might have been able to pull something off. I was kind of thinking about switching this Disruptor for a second Shadow Fiend, so we'd have 2, because Shadow Fiends hit hard. Like, there's cool stuff you can do with the crowns to get your Hunter Alliance going, to get some better units in. But we still didn't pull what we needed there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one.